inside your bedroom. We stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm. Physical silence, no need to speak a word. Lay here beside me. No wonder we've too fast. Your lips on the floors, sipping on your love, sipping on your love. I never dared to ask if we're gonna last. I'm needing all your love, needing all your love. Oh, when you move, oh my God, you know you play your cards so right. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, just in the dirty clubs and diamonds. Take me, oh my God, oh, but we'll hold our faces straight. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, I'm a sucker for hearts. Your blood is pumping, I feel it in your veins, surfing your heat waves. Your taste is different, somehow it makes me brave. Chemical nature. No wonder we're too fast. Your lips on the floors, sipping on your love, sipping on your love. Oh, when you move, oh my God, you know you play your cards so right. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, just in the dirty clubs and diamonds. Take me, oh my God, oh, but we'll hold our faces straight. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, I'm a sucker for hearts, hearts, hearts. I'm a sucker for hearts, hearts, hearts. I'm a sucker for hearts. Oh my God, I'm a fool. Thought I'd never fall into you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so cruel how I'm loving the things you do. Ooh, yeah. Oh, when you move, oh my God, you know you play your cards so right. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, just in the dirty clubs and diamonds. Take me, oh my God, oh, but we'll hold our faces straight. Oh, I am a sucker for hearts, I'm a sucker for hearts, hearts, hearts. I'm a sucker for hearts, hearts, hearts. I'm a sucker for hearts. Too fast, your lips on the floors, sipping on your love, sipping on your love. I'm a sucker for hearts.
Hi, hello. My name is Amy Prokopis. I am a fantasy romancy author, and here on YouTube. So, hello, welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. I have not done a live stream in a little while. I did one, maybe it was last week. I don't know. I did one a week ago just because I've been really wanting to come back to regular live streams. So if you're new, I used to go live every single Sunday night here on YouTube at 8:30 for a little over an hour, and we would do writing sprints, which are or productivity sprints, which is for us anyway here on this channel. We would work for 25 minutes and then we would chat for a little bit, which is when I would give all of my book updates, tell you guys how the writing process is going, because it is super exciting to write my books live with you guys here on YouTube, which is fun, and get some work done with like a community. That's so nice. And so we would do that. We'd go back and forth for sprints. Usually we have time for 3 sprints here on our channel. That is usually what we do on Sunday nights is just the 3 25-minute sprints, and it is super, super fun, and I super enjoy it. So I've already asked it in the comment section, and I don't think anyone's quite had a chance to chime in yet. But what is everybody working on tonight? I tonight will be working on Curse of Blood and Sight, which is book two in the Curse of Wings series. Actually, I have the first one with me. This is book one, Curse of Wings and Darkness. It came out in October, and the sequel is a year away, Curse of Blood and Sight, and it continues to follow Angel and Lily. Angel is a 500-year-old vampire that has been looking for the cure for vampirism and finds Lily instead. And come to find out, she has some supernatural abilities as well that she discovers as the book goes. It is a steamy romance, and book two is already a lot spicier. So that is what we'll be writing tonight is book two, Curse of Blood and Sight. And I was not kidding. I've been marketing this book a lot as being spicier than book one, and I'm not kidding with you guys. There have already been a couple spicy scenes or a few like spicy moments in there as well. And I think I am getting ready to start or getting close to starting chapter. Okay, so I've been writing in chapter five. So I'm getting closer to chapter six tonight. So it is quite a bit spicier than the first book. And I think the series will probably follow that trend, where it just gets steamier as it goes. Things get more twisted. Book two has some pretty big twists in it that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And I cannot wait to sit down and write those scenes because they're going to be so big in the rest of the series. And so I'm really excited to bring them to the forefront. So that is what I'm excited for. Nikki's here. Nikki, she says, I'm scheduling social media for April, not quite ready for writing again yet. I completely understand. Normally, Sundays are planning days for me. And so a lot of times Sunday afternoon when Finn is playing, usually my husband Alex goes out for the gym or something at that time. And so I set Finn up with some kind of project that he can do some independent play. And I come into my little office here and I do all of my planning for the week. So typically, if I schedule out social media anymore, I'm only scheduling it out a week at a time. There was a period where I was so good at sitting down on Sundays and scheduling all of my content out that I would actually get ahead quite a bit. So I am very envious of people that can schedule a whole month in advance like that because whew, to have that off my plate more consistently would be great. So I love that for you, Nikki. Um, let's see. I do have other things I need to do. I posted earlier on what was it? On Threads, and then I shared that to Instagram. That's how it got everywhere. So I shared earlier that I do have some really big arc news in the works for Trial of Flame and Wings. Trial of Flame and Wings is my most upcoming release. It is the first in a new series, and it is much more of like a political-esque book, which is what people really enjoy about some of my writing in the past. I have a group of readers who just absolutely adore The Arena, which is a very political, fighting tyranny, overthrowing the government kind of book. Um, in this new post-apocalyptic world where the society is still kind of figuring it out, and people that had a lot of they were already set up to take over. Essentially, they had the means to, and so with everything in a post-apocalyptic world, it's kind of easy to establish yourself if you're already set up to do that. So it's that kind of a society. It's really fun. People love that book and have been asking for book two for a long time. So the people who really enjoyed kind of that political-esque, um, stick it to the man kind of a book will get that definitely met with Trial of Flame and Wings, which is still a romantasy, but it's a strong female character, Ren Bellator. She's the princess. There's kind of a Merida arranged marriage plot So there's the trial for marriage, and she secretly enters herself to win her own hand because in doing so, it would legally allow her to have her own freedom and take care of her own affairs rather than being under her tyrannical father and brother's control in the castle. And she wants to use that freedom. Once she's won that, she wants to flee immediately and continue with the rebellion that is already building within her kingdom and wants to lead it against her family, take over the throne, and then basically like put in place freedoms for people like women, especially, but people who don't have that already, and to end a war that is going on with a neighboring realm, which she slowly learns is not actually a war per se. That little piece unfolds very early in the book, but I don't want to get too far into that because I could definitely go down a rabbit hole. We're already going down a rabbit hole with these projects. So I have a lot of things I could be working on because I have ARC news for that book, which is that I am expanding my ARC team. So if you are super interested in reading that kind of a book, Trial of Flame and Wings, super soon, I am going to reopen the form that is in my link tree on all my social media accounts. I'm going to reopen that and I'm going to start collecting names again to add to my ARC team. If you are already a member, you are going to get a separate email making like to let you know that yes, you are still on the team. You do not need to reapply. So if you were an ARC reader in the fall for Curse of Wings and Darkness, thank you so much, first and foremost. But second, you are still on the team and you will still have the availability to download the ARC copy of Trial of Flame and Wings as well. So don't worry about that. I am just expanding the team even more because what I learned with Curse of Wings and Darkness, it was the largest ARC team I had ever had, and it was very successful. And I have seen other authors. I've really been looking at how other authors do ARC teams and such, and a lot of them have far more ARC readers than I do. And so I just thought I would continue to accept people as I'm getting ready to release this book. And I thought it was the perfect time to hook people into uh, joining the ARC team for Trial of Flame and Wings. So that is coming very soon. So if you want to ARC read that book, be on the lookout. I will try to give everyone a lot of time. With Curse of Wings and Darkness, I think I provided the team an entire month and I was worried it would be so long that people would forget. And I do think some did, but I got a lot of positive feedback from people that were very thankful that I did give extra time because it allowed them to plan better. And so I am planning to do that again and give everybody a really a really good heads up before we actually start that period. So that is yeah, that is the plan. So, what are we working on tonight? That is what I'm working on tonight. I'll be well, that's not what I'm working on, not Trial of Flame and Wings, goodness gracious. I will be working on Curse of Blood and Sight, picking up where I left off. Currently, I am 10,161 words into it. I like to keep track of my sprints. So I'm going to write down sprint number one, and I like to keep track of how much progress I make with each sprint. I'm kind of a competitive person, to be honest. And so the competitiveness of seeing just how many words that I can write is super helpful because one, it's just really fulfilling to see that number get really high. It's a nice challenge and it feels good when I reach high for things, but also it also forces me to just put words on the paper and not be or on the page, screen, whatever. I'm typing on a computer, but it forces me to just write the dang book and not be so hypercritical about what I am writing. You can always edit things later. The first draft is never the best draft, and I have to remind myself that sometimes, especially if I'm struggling through a particular like a point in a book. I can always bookmark it, and I could come back and finish writing the scene later which is what I tend to do if I struggle like that, which isn't a real common thing for me. I'll just allow for space in my document to come back to it, and it's perfectly fine. So keeping track of how many words per sprint I'm writing helps me avoid those kinds of issues and keeps me moving forward. So that is why I do that. I don't know how anyone else does that, if that sounds like something that's helpful to you guys or not. I don't know. Okay, so I already shared online that we are live, so maybe we'll have some more people come jumping on. I did do this kind of last minute. I haven't posted in a little while about having a live stream. Normally, I post immediately after on a Sunday. I go ahead and set up the next week's, and so I already have people planning around it, and it's already on their radar. They set like notifications and stuff. And this time around, I didn't actually post anything about this until I think late last night. And then this morning when I actually got around to setting it up. So we will see how many people we have tonight. It's not going to hurt my feelings though. It is still dedicated writing time to me. So, okay, here's our timer. We are going to jump into sprint number one. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel down below. Give this video a like. I do all kinds of fun things here. I post all of my process here on YouTube and I do specialty videos most Wednesdays. I have gotten a little bit busy with some other things in my life, and so Wednesdays are not always a video day. Um, Also, check the description box for all of my other links. I am really active or growing to be more active on my Patreon. I'm adding video content over there as well. So check out all of the things. I would be happy to have you around as a part of my amazing community. So we are going to go ahead and start sprint number one of the night. I will be listening to some mood music. I have a playlist I listen to that I create for each of my books um, when I get started drafting them. So that is what I am going to be doing tonight, is listening to that. So 25 minutes on the clock for sprint number one. I'm starting at 10,161 words. So we'll see how far I can get. So I'll check in with you guys in 25. 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. So, first sprints down, first 25 minutes, I kind of lost track of myself there and did not plan well enough. Uh, did not plan well enough to write down my word count. So I'm gonna have to take a second to tally it up. It usually takes me a bit to settle in. So this first sprint is usually my lowest count for the entire night. So we will see. It was still a really good writing sprint. I'm definitely falling into the pace. Okay. So that's kind of where I thought I would fall. I actually did decent. Usually these sprints, when I'm really in the zone, I can get about 600 words per sprint. I got 590 for sprint number one, so that's really good. Oh, hopefully everyone else had a really nice sprint as well, and it was super productive. So drop in the chat what you got accomplished during that time if you would like to. All right. Let's see. So I think I've shared my biggest book of news, opening up the ARC team for Trial of Flame and Wings. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was going to announce. I feel like I had a lot of things. Oh, recently, pre-orders for the Kindle version of Trial of Flame and Wings went live as well. So if you are super interested in this book and would like to go ahead and pre-order, you can do that through Kindle at Amazon, KDP. Other things I am working on. I've already shared with Patreon what the monthly challenge is for this month. So I used to do a monthly recap. That used to be something I would do just as a reflection every single month um, on my YouTube channel. And then it became something that I did instead in writing on my Patreon. I like wrote up a little recap about the month and reflection. And I have since, because those videos did not perform super well, and neither did the posts on Patreon seem very enticing, I've instead transitioned that and I actually do reflection a lot more often. I use a manifestation technique now. I actually journal every single day, and that is super helpful and beneficial for like my mental health and staying on track. That has been very nice. So, and Siri turned on. So that is where that's moved. And then the monthly recap became a monthly challenge. So every month I do some kind of professional development-esque thing. It can either be for me personally or for like authordom, my author life. And I've sort of gone between like back and forth. Like, oh, speaking of manifestation, my very first one that was posted in January was actually doing 30 days of manifestation. And that was where a lot of things changed for me. So that was really helpful. And this month's monthly challenge is actually revamping my writing space. It's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I just haven't taken the time for it, honestly. But I've gotten to a point where I feel very unproductive when I work in this space. And the entire reason that my husband and I decided that this would make for a really nice office space and why I moved all of my writing planning stuff in here was because I could set up a more permanent live stream setup for YouTube stuff and just YouTubing in general. And because this was mostly a blank space, like clearly there's nothing behind me. And so this month I am actually transforming this space. I've done a few things in like prior weeks, just utilizing stuff that was already in here. But this video, I'm actually making it really functional for myself. I'm buying things. I'm creating a better YouTube space as well. Oopsie. I keep turning on. Yay. Okay. So I'm actually creating a better space for YouTube stuff is what I'm doing. So I am excited to have a writing space and an office here at the house that is conducive to writing. I also think I have found myself a new away from home writing space where nobody will bother me. It's really peaceful. And I find it really inspirational because I am very much inspired by being outdoors. And a lot of my books have a lot of outdoor scenery or some kind of outdoorsiness that's important to the plot or just people. And so I think I have found a space for myself where, especially now that the weather's warming up, that I can go and enjoy that more. So Nikki, I'm in the process of changing up my office too for other reasons, but I just needed a change. I want something more inspiring and aesthetic. See, that's exactly what I want. I want to add a lot more decor because it's so cluttered in here, and there are certain things that work. Like some of the clutter has to be here, um, for like planning and stuff, and so it's not super pretty, but it's functional. And so, yeah, I really want something that's going to be aesthetic, at least like to have in YouTube and stuff. Like, this is actually better live streaming than it used to be, just having this blank wall behind me. But I want more. I want to be able to add more variety. And I have already gotten some items and I have some plans to add a lot more of that to the space. So I'm going to, and I've already filmed a lot of it for that challenge. So I'm super excited to transform the writing space. Oh my goodness. I am hoping it will provide a lot more inspiration and be a lot more aesthetic for things. So we will see how that goes. All right. Second, the sprint. Um, 9:17 here in Central Standard Time. We've been going at it almost 50 minutes, so I think we should probably go ahead and jump into the second sprint. Don't forget to like. I think I've already said that. Also, if you're not already, make sure you're following me on social media because I check that pretty often and interact there. I post a lot on social media, and so it's just a fun place for me to experiment with creativity and connect with other people. So go and follow me there, reach out, and let's chat. So, we are going to do another 25-minute sprint. I am at 10,751 words. So let's see if I can do another about 600 words in sprint number two. I would love that if I could get that accomplished. That would be huge. And yeah, see what we can chip away at for this book. I am into chapter 5. There's a great big decision being made that is going to kick off. It's basically the last of the inciting incident. It's going to kick off the big adventure that is Curse of Blood and Sight, and I'm getting ready to write that. I will probably get through that tonight. So, all right, I am going to continue writing on that, and I will see you guys in 25 minutes. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Alrighty. Second sprint. I had to stop to do
Oh, well, now you can. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I got muted, but second sprint, I had to pause to do a little bit of research. I've already talked a little bit about the setting of this book, so it really shouldn't be any spoilery things at all. But in this book, my characters end up in New Orleans in Louisiana. And so I had to stop as they are now like getting there. I had to take a pause so I can like reset the scene. So I needed to wrap my head around some things that they would see coming into New Orleans and just yeah, just set the scene. So that took a little bit of time to do. So let me tally the word count. I am at 11,136 words now. So that means that for the second sprint, I was hoping to hit 600. I only did half of that. I did 385 words for sprint number 2. So I was hoping to do a little bit more. Hopefully, sprint number 3 will be a lot better. We are going to do a third sprint, and I think we will jump into it relatively quickly. Is 9:46. I would kind of like to wrap up close to 10-ish, because that is, I think, what everyone's just expecting of this live stream. So we tend to go 8. I think in the past it was 8:20 to 10 o'clock, which is probably why we're running closer on time. But I picked 8:30 for tonight coming back because I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of time to get my son in bed and get other things all wrapped up for the night. So that's when we started. So sprint number 3 will be the final one of the night. We're going to do another 25-minute sprint. And like I said, I'm at a point now where my characters are coming in to New Orleans. And so I needed to set the scene. And yeah, so now this is when all of the good, fun things start picking up. So I am very excited to bring this to life and really lean into like a new setting because before we were in New York. So it'll be a good time. I am excited. And I have been to New Orleans. It's just been a really long time. So I'm having to draw a little bit on personal experience, but definitely doing a lot of research. So it just takes a little bit of time. So we will see how much I can get done in sprint number 3. Hopefully everything else has been good for you guys and you've gotten a lot done, or I just enjoyed the company even. There have been sprints in the past where I don't actually work. I just kind of need the company while I'm just, I don't know, enjoying my downtime. And it's just kind of nice to chat online with people when you're doing that rather than just veg out by yourself. So hopefully this live stream has been fun for you guys too, because I do plan to do more of this and do another one next week. I am already planning that. I am planning after we wrap up tonight to sit down and go ahead and schedule it out. It should be a lot of fun. So let's move into the third sprint. If you haven't already subscribed to my newsletter at amyprokopis.com, you should. I already told you guys here first that I'm going to open up my ARC team again, and I'm going to send out a newsletter with some information about that soon. So if you would like to get some more of that information, maybe get a direct link a little early to where you can sign up for the ARC team, definitely go and follow there. My newsletter is actually where information gets put out first, things like what to expect coming to YouTube for for the month, and just other early announcements. Things from my newsletter do change from when I announce them to when I implement them, especially where like YouTube is concerned. But if you want more insight into what I'm planning, the newsletter definitely gets you a little bit of that at the first of every month. So that is, I think, pretty much it about that. Let's go ahead, pull up our third sprint. I'm definitely starting to feel a little fatigued from writing. It's been a little while since I've come back around to writing this draft, so it's taken me a little bit to get into it, but it's been fun. So let's get into the last sprint of the night. I may write a little bit after without you guys, but let's see what we can get done in 25 minutes. All right, I will check in with you guys after the third sprint, and then we will chat just a little and call it a night. All right, so third sprint, last sprint of the night. I am starting at 11,136 words, so we will see where I end up, and we will chat after we get there. So third sprint in 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. I was in the middle of a sentence. That's the worst. Okay, so I am ending the night at 11,530 words. So I already knew as I was writing during this third sprint that I wasn't going to write as many words. So I did a little better than sprint number 2. I was able to get 394 words, which is better than sprint number 2, which was 385. But it's okay. So that means that how well did I do? I'm not good at math. So for tonight's live stream, I wrote 1,369 words, which is good. If I can do 1,000 words a day during a drafting period, I'm really happy. I usually do more than 1,000 when I sit down to draft. So getting 1,369 is actually really like normal for me when I'm drafting a book. So even though a couple of those sprints were not as prolific, that is perfectly okay. Thank you, Nikki. I hope everything was really productive for you too. So yeah, I am happy with that. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I also keep track of how much I write each week. And so I'm definitely adding that to my word count for the week. I don't know if I'll have enough time to tally that one up for you guys. I will say, because I'm looking at it now, I did start the week at 6,803 words. So I did get quite a bit done. So that's really nice. Yeah. But I also didn't have very many writing sessions this week. So that just means that I was really productive with the ones that I had. So that's also okay. Words are words, whatever moves you forward, which is sometimes like, I think hard to accept when we just want progress, but it's been good. All right. So I do think I'm at least going to kind of wrap up the scene I'm at. I have some fun. We're getting into some really fun things. I did finish chapter 5. I am about 2 pages into chapter 6 now of Curse of Blood and Sight. So it's going well. We're getting into some fun things. This is definitely more of a romantic, sexy book, but I think that's strictly because in book 1 we're setting the scene for this like romance, to grow, and then in book 2 they're together. So it makes sense. But I cannot wait to write more of this book and share more of it with you guys. So definitely make sure that you're following me on social media and stuff so that you can keep up also, and subscribe to the newsletter so that you get first dibs to the ARC team if you want to also be a part of the ARC read for Trial of Flame and Wings, which comes out June 23rd, because I already announced that date this last week. Pre-orders are up for Kindle, so you can pre-order that book if you would like to. It's going to be a really fun one. And yeah, of course, my ARCs also get to go to Patreon members. They also get early draft access. So if you are a Patreon member, you will get early chapters. You'll get to read pieces of the book before anybody does, and before it's been finalized in the editing stage. So cool things. So if that's interesting to you, all the behind the scenes stuff, you can join my Patreon for just $5 a month and get access to all of that kind of fun stuff, and more publishing behind the scenes videos, which I am definitely going to do more of. I did my first one this last week. I think that I have enough thoughts and enough things going on as far as like publishing stuff. I never thought that would be fun content to share. My like admin stuff throughout the week, but I do think it is kind of interesting. I know that I enjoy and would like to see some of that information from other authors, and so maybe it actually is more interesting than I think. So I do plan or hope that I can do one of those really casual publishing videos every week for Patreon. So there is a lot more content, like more regularly planned for Patreon. So this, I think, is where we're going to wrap everything up for the night. Thank you guys so much for following along, joining me. I am planning to do this again next week. I may finish writing first, and so I may not get the actual YouTube video up on YouTube for next week yet, but I do plan to do another live stream next week. So hopefully I will see all of you guys there and more, because we were missing quite a few of my regular live stream writers, viewers, whatever you want to call them. So hope to see all of the new faces next week and all of the old ones. So I think that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Read books, be kind, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.